Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Golden Mansa, you're the YouTube viewer, and we are about to play just a little bit of Imperator Rome. For those of you who don't know, Imperator Rome is the newest strategy game out of Paradox to go alongside a lot of their other blockbuster strategy titles like Hearts of Iron and Stellaris, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with. So, why am I making this video series? This video series is for players like me. And what kind of player am I? I'm a player who's a really big strategy fan, but I actually haven't played that many Paradox Studios games. Like, I have Stellaris, I have Hearts of Iron, and I've played those a little bit, but only at the lightest level. And as a huge strategy player, like, I'm a huge Total War fan and I enjoy other strategy games like that, I figured why not try and jump into one of these famous Paradox titles. So for those of you guys who are maybe new to Paradox games or maybe considering buying Imperator Rome, if you want to watch someone just struggle bust through a campaign and kind of see the kind of experience you might have as a first-time player, this is definitely the channel and the video series for you. So like any true nub, the first thing we're gonna do is go into single player and fire up that tutorial. Okay guys, so we're here in the tutorial and we have our very first pop-up window, the Glory of Rome. Welcome to the tutorial for Imperator Rome. By completing the series of objectives, which you will find on the left-hand side of your screen, that's right here, we will introduce you to the basic principles behind playing Imperator Rome. The button on the left-hand side of your screen, embossed with a wreath and spear, that's this thing right here, tutorial objectives, will allow you to open and close the tutorial objectives window. Alright, boom, look at us. We're ahead of the curve already. You will be able to complete objectives in any order you choose. However, if you are new to Paradox titles or wish to refresh your knowledge, we recommend that you follow the objective list from top to bottom. And for us, being new to Paradox titles, or relatively new, and definitely new to Imperator Rome, we're going to do that top to bottom method. So, holding your mouse over an objective will provide you with hints on how to fulfill the conditions. When the conditions are met, objectives will be highlighted to show you that they are ready to turn in. Okay, that's awesome. Roma Invicta. Damn. All this reading already. Paradox is killing me. Throat's gonna be parched. Alright, so Senatus Populusque Romanus. And guys, I have no Latin training. I never took that in high school. So if any of you guys out there know a little bit of Latin, want to help me with my pronunciation, please jump in the comments below or shoot me a direct message so we could try and keep this tutorial or struggle bus tutorial as accurate as possible. So let's jump into the window here. So for over 20 years, the nascent Roman Republic has fought a harsh campaign against the Samnite people to the south. Although victory seemed far from grasp, the war ended in Rome's favor, resulting in the liberation of the important Greek city of Neapolis. The Samnites, however, having retreated to lick their wounds, are far from defeated. In the north, the Etruscan people eye the expansion of the Republic with apprehension. To the south, myriad Greek cities plot behind one another's backs, all while appealing to their benefactors in Greece for aid. On the far-flung island of Sicily, the foreign invasion of the mysterious Carthaginian Empire threatens to upset the precarious balance of power in the region. Will Rome rise victorious or fall to internal strife and barbaric hordes? The fate of the Republic rests in your hands. For the Republic. Okay. Wow, even this is a lot of reading, you guys. I'm gonna take a little water break. Paradox is killing me with these windows right now, but hopefully this is the last one. The starting situation. During the tutorial, you will be playing as Rome. Okay. The current date, which you will find on the top right corner of your screen, is October 1st, 450. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Or 450 years after the founding of Rome. Okay, that's something I could understand. And here's the date right here, it looks like. Rome has recently established local dominance, and the stage is set for your expansion throughout the Italian region. For the purposes of this tutorial, we have taken care of a few matters for you. We will, however, teach you how to cover these areas over the course of the tutorial. proceed. Oh my god. Okay. Along the top bar are the main resources you will accrue or spend over the course of your game. I guess this is the top bar here. It is on the top, so we recommend that you spend a moment getting acquainted with these. By holding your mouse over the icon for each one, you will be able to see a tooltip detailing some of their effects and uses. For purposes of this tutorial, we have provided you with a significant bonus to your treasury and power resources. Okay, so these are our resources up here. And it looks like we have treasury, manpower, military power, civic power, oratory power, and religious power. Okay, so this reminds me of Stellaris a little bit. For those of you who are familiar, we have all these kind of different types of resources, I guess, or power sources that we could spend to do different things within our civilization. So a little to the right, we have stability, aggressive expansion, and tyranny. But since they don't have a power at the end, I'm going to assume that they're not any type of power, but rather these are just kind of things we need to maintain or look out for. Alright, let's go onwards. Okay. So, we beat the windows. We're finally past them. Let's go on to our first objectives and see what we need to do. First, stabilize Rome. Increase your stability to 2. Stability was right here, and it is 1. To increase stability, open the religion window, click on the sacrifice to the gods interaction. No pigs were harmed during the making of this tutorial. Okay. Alright, I don't know anything about pigs. Okay, so these are the windows. Government, military, technology, religion, economy, diplomacy, decisions, trade, characters. Mercenaries. Alright, so we want to open the religion window, and we want to... So right off the bat, this is a pig, and this is sacrifice to the gods. Okay, so that's what they're talking about here. Okay, so just because this is a tutorial, I'm not going to go through every single one of these. But definitely, you guys, come back for our Let's Play where we struggle bust through a full actual game, and then we will definitely take the time to blow through these one by one and kind of learn what they all are. But for the time being, let's just sacrifice these pigs and up our stability, which just bumped up to 2. We're winning the game already. Next step, call down an omen. Omens are an important feature in Imperator Rome. Open the religion window to browse which omens are available to you. It is important to note that only one omen may be active at once, and that an omen may not be revoked once chosen. Once it has expired, a new omen may be picked. Okay, so we can only have one omen at a time. We recommend that you pick Blessing of Fortuna for the purposes of the tutorial, but feel free to try out something different. Nah, I think Blessing of Fortuna will work for us, which is right here. It'll give us a bump to our national unrest, which is not a bad thing. Stage 2 complete. Stage 3, have an army of 30 cohorts. Build cohorts until you have an army of at least 30,000. You can train cohorts in any owned city. Training can be initiated in one of a number of ways. You can use the macro builder, which is on the top left of your screen. Okay, that is this is the macro builder right here. I don't see. Okay, okay, so here. Alright, so we can just make people here. Awesome. Select a city using the recruit cohorts button and using the recruit cohorts button. So let's say, where's Rome? It's probably where this big army is. It is, it's Latium. So select a city. There are a lot of buttons here. Where's our recruit cohorts? There's build units right here. Okay. Okay, so this reminds me of like Rome Total War. You could click on your city and make units there. But I guess now you click on in general. Well, in the most recent iterations, I should say. Alright, and selecting an army, then selecting the recruit unit button. Here's an army. Wow, a lot of buttons. A lot of buttons. Okay, shock action, force march. No, 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 no. Disband, split, consolidate, create a new unit. Okay. Click on that, and then I guess we could select what units we want to create. And it tells us what's available and what's not, which is nice. Maybe we could even create a... Oh, we could split an army from here too and reorganize it. That's cool. That's interesting. Alright, go ahead and recruit at least 30 cohorts. Make sure to merge them into one army. So we want to recruit at least 30 cohorts. So it looks like... I don't know if the army we have already counts, because it looks like we're halfway there. It says we want an army of 30,000, and it says we want 30 cohorts, so I assume 1,000 soldiers per cohort. So we want to make 15 cohorts to start, and then if we need more, we'll get more later. So the best way to go about this, I think, is to click on this army here, recruit to army. Oh, what do we do there? Oh, we created a new unit. Okay, so this will create a new army for us, and we could, that's why it was letting us move units over and had Legion 1, Legion 2. So we could just kind of slide troops in between. But this is actually the recruit to army button. Okay. So what can we recruit? These auxilia, which I'm not sure what auxilia are. But looking at this right here, looks like they're probably our light cavalry. This looks like a spear. Though this, the velites have that. I think this is the light cavalry. Okay, so let's build. This unit will cost 1,000 manpower. Okay, so we're right. So let's build a couple auxilia. 1, 2, 3. And we need 15. So 4 velites. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're at 7. Let's add one more unit of archers. Now we're at 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I can't count. Okay, let's see how many we're making right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we actually made one too many. If we hold down shift and right click, we can actually get rid of a unit construction over here. Just so you guys know, that's a little trick that I did remember. Alright, so we're going to close this out. We just made 15 cohorts. But if I'm remembering correctly from Hearts of Iron and Stellaris, basically what's happening right here is that our game is paused. So even though we made the units won't actually appear or start making in the world until a later point. So until we start running the timer. So right here it says our velites from Lavinium will be done on October 31st, 450. Yeah, so I guess we have to wait for that one, which is interesting because calling down the Omen... Whoa, what did I just do? Oh, I just turned in the quest by clicking on it. Oh, I should have clicked on this one too. Okay, so that's good. So I just turned these in. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So we need to run the actual clock before we can make units, which is pretty standard for a Paradox game as I understand it. In other titles, like the title I'm most familiar with is Total War, you click that little magnifying, not magnifying, the hourglass, and it kind of jumps you forward a year, 6 months, a month, whatever game you're playing, whatever mods you have or whatever. But with this, time runs almost like real time, like every day goes by, and you could kind of fast forward or slow down up here. It'll make more sense later in the game, and if you guys already know, it's probably boring old news. So let's move on. So have 12 triremes. Build ships until you have a navy of at least 12. Constructing ships is much the same as training land units. However, you can only construct them in a city, in a port that's well supplied with wood. That makes sense. All the ports that Rome begins with are supplied with wood, so you do not need to worry about this step for now. Holding your mouse over this objective will highlight all of your starting port cities. So let's see all of our starting port cities. Alright, so we have one here, but do we have any others? So this is strange. We have to zoom out to kind of get a sense of what we own. This is all red and it says Rome, so I assume we own this too. And this is red, but we don't own this, I think. We own this because it says Rome, but we don't own this. And I guess, so what these are like almost like little regions or city-states that make up the province. And this whole orange highlighted thing is like a province. But we have all these little city-states. So we only control part of this province. And I assume their bonus is associated with controlling the whole thing. So that's actually similar to Total War as well. Harkening back everything to Total War because that's just the strategy game I understand the best. But anyhow, so we're trying to make these boats. Okay, so it looks like we have another port in Neapolis. And I guess that's good enough for now. Let's just make these ships over here. And Latium. They just taught me how to make boats. Oh, build units. Triremes. Okay, so we wanted 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That should do it. Or we want to have 12. So really we only need 8. Because we have 4 already. So let's jump back to town. Go back to building units. Hit these X's. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 triremes. Maybe 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's 8. I think that's 8. I can't count. Okay, so moving on. We're building our cohorts. We're building our triremes. We want to build 8 training camps. How do we do this? Freemen and tribesmen provide you with your base manpower. Manpower is right here. I remember this. Okay. Having one or more training camp in a city will increase the manpower contribution from all freemen and tribesmen within that city. So I guess having a training camp serves as kind of like a population multiplier for our manpower. Is manpower only used for military, for building troops? I remember manpower from Hearts of Iron, but in Hearts of Iron that's all you did was build troops. You didn't really worry too much about diplomacy. There was diplomacy and everything like that, but I don't know. So to regain manpower faster, construct a training camp in at least 8 of your cities. To do this, click a city on the map, locate the training camp. On the right hand side of the progress bar is the construct icon. Alright, so let's click a city on the map. I assume this is a progress bar because it looks like it falls, and on the right hand side there's a little plus sign. What are these? Granary, fortress, training camp. Okay, so these are buildings, I guess, that we could build. City buildings. Okay, thank you, Paradox. And so I guess, okay, we could click on these plus signs and build more of them. So we want 8 training camps. We already have 2 here, so I like to diversify a little bit. I clicked the plus, but I don't see anything. Oh, there we go. I guess there's nothing to indicate that you're building if you just build 1, other than this city buildings jumps up by 1. But there's no little mark here. But if you get 2, there should be like a little 1 mark here. That'd be useful, I think. So we're built 1, 2, 3. Already have 2, 4. No, that was 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we just built our training camps. Just like recruiting units, that's going to take a little bit of time. I think if we mouse over, it'll probably tell us how much time. March 12th, 4:51. So it'll take about, I don't know, it's October, so maybe about 6 months. Something like 6 months. So, next, import fish to Latium. In order to keep your cities from starving, you will need to provide them with enough food to keep on growing. Rome is safe from starvation from the time being. However, importing fish to Latium will increase the growth speed of your populations. Okay, that's good. Latium is the province to which the city of Rome belongs. By clicking on Rome, you will see in the top right corner of the province UI a trade route button. Alright, so let's click on Rome. I see the trade route button. So these are a bunch of resources that we can bring in. I see fish right here under growth. We could also use livestock and grain. That's really cool that they organize the resources by what it helps you do. Like wine will help with population, salt will help with the military. That's actually really cool. I like that a lot. Oh, and it even tells you your current imports down here of, I suppose, every thing. So like current imports, grain. So, okay, so we wanted to get fish, right? So let's go back and finish reading. Click on this, then select fish. You will be able to see which provinces have a surplus to export with the owning country displayed on the right. Countries with the grayed out button will not export to you unless you improve relations. For now, we recommend asking the first nation on the list for fish. This will begin importing to Latium. Okay, so Rome, Latium, trade routes. Let's get them fish. And the first nation is Histria, which I don't know where it's located. But okay, they seem to like us. Histria, boom, new trade route. We are now importing fish from Histria. We got some bonuses. That's awesome. We hit OK. We hit close. We're done. We're moving on up. We're importing fish. So it seems like that's another instantaneous function. So it seems like diplomacy could all be done instantaneously, whereas recruitment and construction takes time, which actually totally makes sense. So next up, conquer the Sabini. Annex the territory belonging to Sabinia, which is highlighted right up here. They have about 8,000 soldiers. We have about 15,000, so just at a glance, we look like we're going to win. The hill dwellers, known as the Sabini, occupy the lands to your north. Fabricate a claim upon their territory by opening diplomacy and selecting Fabricate Claim. You do not need to fabricate a claim upon both their provinces. Either one will do. After you have a claim, make sure your troops are in a good position and declare war. To declare war, open diplomacy and select Declare War. You'll then need to select a casus belli. If you have Show Superiority or Show Naval Superiority selected, you will suffer a stability hit. The Sabini will try to put up a fight, but Roman numbers should prove more than a match for them. Okay, that's awesome. I don't know what a casus belli is. I don't know Latin, so that would help. But it seems like a casus belli is maybe some kind of general or someone who will run the military mission, which is why we select it after we declare war. Like someone to just kind of run the operations. I don't know. Okay, but whatever. We don't need to worry about that. What we need to worry about is getting into diplomacy. Okay, diplomacy. And we want to attack the Sabini. If we click the country tab up here, it'll let us sort it by name, which is awesome because then we could just Scroll down to our S's, Elemental P, Q, R, S. And Sabinia. That looks right. We click on them. Relation actions. We don't want to send them an insult. Though I'm a little curious what that means to someone an insult. Like, do you just like send them like some rotten fish in a bag or something, and they just get mad and declare war on you? Like, it seems like such a strange thing to like mail somebody an insult as opposed to say it. But here's fabricated claim. What do we want to fabricate a claim on? This one has more population, so this one. We now have a claim on the province of Picenum. This gives us a casus belli on the Latin local power of Sabina. So a casus belli is not a person. Evidently, it is some kind of... All I could think of is like it's a reason to attack, or like a claim, or like a legitimacy like on your attack. But you just fabricated a claim. Like, why do you need another source of legitimacy? Oh, unless fabricating the claim is our casus belli. I don't know. If you guys understand this mechanic, definitely leave some comments below so like you could help me understand, and so we could definitely get that out there and help other people, other noobs like ourselves, understand what's going on. So we're going to close this out here. We're going to go down to our tutorial advantages, or tutorial objectives. Didn't we just fabricate a claim? But it's not done. Diplomacy. Sabinia. We just we're awaiting a reply. That's why. Okay. So I'm like, bro, we just did this. Okay, purchase an invention. For this objective, you will need to open the technology window. In there, you will see a series of inventions on the right-hand side. Okay. Inventions can be purchased with civic power. Each one you buy will increase the cost of the next. Technology can be seen on the left side of the window. Progress in this is dictated by your ratio of citizens and the skill of the character overseeing the selected technology. Each technology you research will have a number of benefits and will make inventions cheaper. This reminds me of Stellaris a little bit. The way that you would need to have a scientist oversee the research of certain technologies. But let's click on the technology tree and see what it looks like, because it sounds like there's some kind of tech tree, which reminds me more of like Hearts of Iron, like when you're trying to get new military strategies or upgrade your troops or something like that. We're looking for this guy who looks like technology to me. Alright, so here are our scientists or what have you. I guess they're working on all of these advances: religious, oratory, civic, martial, which I guess will feed into our power. And these are inventions. Oh, so it is like kind of like Stellaris in that we can pick from certain inventions, right? Randomly. And then I suppose the more research these guys do, the more inventions that pop up for us to choose from. And we could only choose from 3 at a time, which I remember something like that in Stellaris. Like you could only pick from a certain group of inventions, and once you picked from like a group of 3 or something like that, the other 2 would disappear. And you don't know when you will get the opportunity to get them again, which I thought was a really cool mechanic. So I wonder if this is similar. Because we have so many available, I assume it's not. But let's just click Oath of Brotherhood, because why not? And move on with the tutorial. And definitely in one of our future Let's Plays, we're going to dive into each one of these technologies and try and figure out which one will be the best for beginning a campaign. Alright, we purchased an invention, so... Okay, great. So, next, finish off the Samnites. Ever since the first Samnite War, Rome and Samnium have been at each other's throats. fabricate a claim and lay waste to their armies. Well, we're already attacking these guys, so maybe we should wait a little bit. Destroy Eutria. The Etruscans are in a good position to threaten Rome. Put an end to this threat by conquering the province of Eutria. Etruria. If you are low on manpower or have low stability, it might be wise to spend some time on peace before declaring war again. If you find that you are unable to conquer enough in one war, then consider suing for peace and attempting another objective and returning to this once your truce has expired. Conquer southern Italy. Now that you have been shown the basics, it's time for a challenge. Conquer the rest of southern Italy and show the world that you mean business. Remember to keep your armies replenished and only take on opponents that you feel you can handle. You will need to declare several different wars in order to complete this objective. If your omen runs out of time during this time, remember to refresh it. And then conquer Syracuse, the last major bastion of Greek interference. Syracuse will be the last objective for this tutorial. Here you will be moving troops across the strait. Enemy fleets can block your movement, so make sure you're positioned to position your own fleet in the ocean between those two regions that I will not try to pronounce. If you find that you need to siege down Melita, you can move our armies into your fleet and transport them to the intended destination. When you own the highlighted cities in the province of Sicilia, you will be proclaimed victorious, and we get to complete the tutorial. This is a hell of a tutorial. It is super long. All of this, and we haven't even started running the timer yet. But I hope this goes to show how in-depth these Paradox games are. We've been recording for about 30 minutes, guys, so I think I'm going to wrap it up from here. Next episode, we're going to start running this timer. We're going to start constructing these units, building these buildings, and we will start our war against Sabinia. So definitely tune in next time. Thanks for watching, you guys. If you're interested or if you have any advice to help me or any of the other newbies who might be watching this video right now, definitely feel free to leave it in the comments below. And I'll see y'all next time.